Okay, so we'll go to Monica, and then please stay for our guests. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Stefan, and good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are well today as we start another week. And our first note is actually related to the PJ's visit to Canada. The President of the General Assembly has arrived in Ottawa for an official visit to Canada today. Ms. María Fernanda Espinosa will meet the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, Ahmed Hussen. Ms. Espinosa will also have a bilateral meeting with the National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, Chief Perry Bellegarde. The PGA considers Canada a global model for the positive benefits of migration to host countries and communities. The President is also visiting today the Bruyere Centre for Immigrants and Immigrant Women Services Ottawa. This project provides support to immigrant women and their families as they integrate and settle into Canada. The IWSO works closely with government volunteers and the private sector to support migrant communities in the areas of integration, language interpretation, and crisis intervention, and also abuse counseling. While in Canada, Ms. María Fernanda Espinosa will also grant interviews to the Globe and Mail and City Television Network. The delegation includes a senior advisor, the communication team coordinator, and her personal assistant. Travel costs will be covered by the regular budget of the Office of the President of the General Assembly. The PJ will be back in the office tomorrow. And the president is marking 16 days of activism to eliminate violence against women and girls in the world. Yesterday, Orange Day, Ms. Espinosa issued a tweet saying that violence against women and girls is one of the most persistent and devastating human rights violations in the world. The PGA partnered with UN Women to galvanize action and to call for an end of all forms of violence against women and girls. The 16 days of activism will conclude, as we know, on 10th of December, Human Rights Day. Ms. Espinosa also recorded a video a while ago, you may remember, which is available for you on our YouTube channel, which is United Nations GA73. And this is all from us today. I'm now happy to take your questions if you have any before the briefing with Jorge Shejek. Okay, I start with Masood and afterwards Carla.
Thank you. I heard what you said about Security Council reforms during her press conference the other day. Unfortunately, I was not here. I just want to ask you, can you keep us abreast, keep on us briefed about the Security Council reforms as the talks continue? Because as it is, it seems that they will be the same. Nothing is going to happen. But if she has anything to report, can she please tell us that?
Absolutely, Masood, and thank you very much for your question. I was happy that she spoke about that at length, and somebody also asked this question during the press conference. But also, there is on the briefing before, one day before her press conference, a lengthy note on the Security Council reform. Two co-facilitators have been appointed, as you know. Her Excellency, the Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates, but also the Ambassador of Luxembourg. They will be, in the case of the Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates, she has been reappointed, but the other Ambassador, Christian Brown, His Excellency Christian Brown, has been appointed. And she spoke about it and also about the need of political will to conduct the negotiations, the dealings of the reform of the Security Council, and she's ready to facilitate, to convey her support to a process that we know is driven by member states. But we will definitely invite you to take a look at the note, but also keep you and the colleagues here informed about it. Thank you very much.
Can you also tell us, does the PGA, I may be going out of the box, does the PGA has anything to say about the situation in Yemen, where the things, people are being killed and so on and so forth? I know we usually ask the Secretary General spokesman for this, but does she have anything to say about this?
No, of course. She has been following very closely, following developments, and she is optimistic in regard with the negotiations that are going to take place, as we know. And we are following this issue. And if there is any news on this, I'll bring it to you. Okay, I have Carla here, and okay, Yashita and Linda. Let's go. Carla, go ahead.
Thank you. I guess you were as shocked as I was by the statistic of 58% of the women killed were killed by their partners. My question is, do you know, or does the PGA know, what percentage of that 58 were economically independent? Because that's a huge component of women's ability to escape from abusive relationships.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a very important component. I believe the breakdown is on the UN Women website. But as we recalled before, the first priority of the 7 priorities of the PGA for this current session is gender equality. And the importance of having all people have equal access to economic, social, and political conditions in their societies is extremely important. But I cannot say right now how the percentage of this particular statistics. I would probably refer you to the UN Women website because they would have the breakdown. But this is a very valid point that you are making. Okay, thanks, Carla. Linda, Yoshita.
Thank you, Monica. This is sort of a logistical scheduling question. We know that the various third committees have established resolutions, adopted them regarding Myanmar, North Korea, Iran, et cetera, and that the full General Assembly, the plenary, would be adopting them in December. So my question is, do you have a sense if it will be in early December, mid-December, or what the schedule is?
I believe we have a date towards mid-December, but I can confirm that for you. I believe I saw something for the 17th of December, but definitely I'll bring it to you tomorrow. Our colleagues, focal points in the third committee, they are very active following that up, and I'll bring it to you tomorrow. Thank you, Linda. Yoshita.
Thank you. I would like to ask you also, does the PGA have any message on the 10th anniversary of the Mumbai terror attacks? Any sort of statement or comment on that?
No, we don't have any particular message, but of course we are, as the other spokesperson said before, Stéphane Dujarric, we defend that any person or persons who take part in terrorist attacks or any acts of violence, that they should be held accountable and they should be brought to justice. But thank you for that. So I think you have now Mr. Jorge Chediak coming to speak to you. And I wish you a wonderful week. So I see you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you very much. Thank you.